How on earth does a first year apprentice, all right, buy this much gear? Hey, how does it happen? I'll give a run through on why I'm in the position to do such a thing. Let's have a chat on Midlife Carpentry. G'day guys, Chris here, Midlife Carpentry. Righto, we've got a fair bit to go through, so I might try and break this up into a couple of little videos, but as you can see from the background, we're going to talk tools. 18 volt, 40 volt, how I got there, why I bought them. Yeah, we're just going to go through a few little bits and pieces, so yeah, should be exciting. Righto, let's get stuck into it. So the first part of this little video, I wanted to talk about how can a first year apprentice afford to spend money on tools? Like to what extent? Like how can you get yourself into a position to be able to buy like a stack of tools like I had just then? So look, it's not easy. Obviously I'm a mature age apprentice, sorry, adult apprentice, not mature age. I'm an adult apprentice, first year. And I was very, very fortunate enough to have quite a good job at stuff before I started as an apprentice, and so did my wife. My wife has got a good job at the moment as well. So we were both in a good position from the start before I started my apprenticeship. A lot of that, hand to heart, a lot of that credit needs to go straight back to Mel, my wife. She was very, very switched on with money, definitely compared to myself. I love to spend it. I wasn't too bad, I didn't think. Like I had a house and everything, that sort of thing. But yeah, ever since we moved to Cairns, like we moved over from WA, I think it was 6 or 7 years ago, somewhere around there. And when we first got here, we didn't have jobs. We had a little bit of savings and stuff there. I had a Ford Ranger, which had a considerable amount of debt still on it, so the loan was quite large. So we were trying to pay that off, as well as basically trying to set ourselves up in Cairns in general. So it was pretty full on time for us. Like we really had to sort of knuckle down and focus on things and work out how we're going to get to where we need to go. We had a few credit cards as well. That was a part of it too. So I'm going to be a bit of a preacher here and just mention a little book called Barefoot Investor. I don't know whether anyone's heard of it or knows anything about it, but I genuinely feel that if you want to get yourself in a slightly better financial position, have a bit of read through that. Got some good tips and tricks and stuff on how to do it. But the basic rundown is that you sit down and you nitpick your accounts, your bank accounts. What's coming out of your bank accounts? Do you need the money to be coming out of your bank accounts for those particular items? You know, do your budget up, work out what you've got, and then basically you're splitting up every pay. So every pay comes in and you've got your daily expenses, which goes to one side. So that's paying for all your bills, it's paying for your food, it's paying for your fuel, all that sort of stuff. Then you've got your splurge, which is a special account that lets you go out and go buy a coffee or go out to dinner or, you know, buy that chocolate or sausage roll or something like that you see at the shops, you know. That's what the splurge is for. Then there's another account that you start up, which is your Smile, which is a savings account kind of thing. So put a few bucks in there and you can use Smile, you know, however you wish. You know, there might be go on a trip or something like that, go away, whatever, you know, that's sort of your savings for that. Or you might want to buy a big ticket item like, you know, tools or something, you know. And then you've got fire extinguisher, which is like it's like a buffer for you. But on top of that, they encourage you to have a separate savings account as well, which is away from all of this as well. So it's a separate bank account altogether. So we were already with CBA and stuff with the mortgages, so we went CBA and we had ING for the 4 other special accounts. And that's kind of how we've lived for the past 5 to 6 years. And we're in such a good position now. Like we don't have any credit card debt at all. We've gone from basically the Ranger, which I had to sell. We stepped down to a Corolla, and now we're up to a RAV4 hybrid. We're quite comfortable there now also. We've been lucky enough, we moved on the mortgages as well, so we've shrunk down the overall mortgages we have. We were lucky enough, thanks to, you know, COVID, house prices went up a little bit in WA. I lost out on mine and Mel lost out a very, very small amount on hers, very minimal. But I've lost a little bit out on mine, but we've sold both those properties there and it's freed us up even more. So now that we're just going to focus on a little townhouse, we get this paid out. I will do another video on this one day too. We'll go through a walkthrough on the townhouse and I'll show you the the townhouse that inspired me to become a carpenter. So we'll do that one too. But anyway, so finances, that was the big thing. We've put savings away, we've saved money, we've done well, we've got ourselves in a good position, and now I've been given approval to go and spend money and buy tools, knowing that these tools are purchased for a purpose. Like this will be depreciated on tax and all sorts of stuff over time as well. These tools will be used to obviously make money and bring in income potentially. So that's the idea. Potentially, it will. There's no potential about it. So yeah. So a big shout out to my wife Melissa. Like you know, wholeheartedly, I was a bit of a stubborn bastard to try and swindle around on all that, but as soon as the decision was made and we started to do it, I could start to see things change already, and now it's fantastic. Like I've spent a considerable amount of money on tools here, and it was all with cash. It wasn't any credit cards or anything. It was physical cash money. It was savings that we had and we were able to buy them. So, but in saying that too, like I mean, I was able to score a ute. I didn't have to buy a ute, so which has been great. You know, there's probably other better utes out there, like you've got Hiluxes with racks and things like that, and a little bit more suited, but I was able to score this one with minimal expense, and the good thing is that I can focus that money on tools. Like that was always the idea. Like I feel that tools is a priority more so than having the aircon in the car or something like that. So yeah, that's where my head's at anyway. So that's been the big credit. Like I've been lucky enough, I've been very, very fortunate to have a partner who was on board with it, who knew what she wanted to do, encouraged the book, we found the book out and we followed it to the T, and that's made a massive difference to us and our financial position and stuff now. So I know it's a bit preachy. I'm sorry if you feel that I've been a bit preachy and stuff this video, but I guess I just wanted people to realize that there is help out there and there is ways to get yourselves in a better position and more comfortable. You don't have to have, you know, the biggest loans. You don't have to have the biggest house, the flashiest car, the biggest TV or any of that sort of stuff. Like you can downsize a little bit and compensate for other stuff, if that kind of makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, guys out there, if you want to buy tools, if you want to sort of step up, then, you know, look at your expenses, see where you're sitting, and see if you can negotiate with your partner to help justify your purchases and stuff sometimes. Yeah, all right. So that's me on finances and how me as a first year apprentice was able to purchase the tools that I have. Okay. Yeah, with the understanding that obviously these tools are for work purposes, and these tools are going to have a depreciation on tax and stuff over time as well. So, so it will help. It will eventually get a little bit back over time. Fingers crossed. That's if things haven't changed by then too. All right, guys. Leave you with it. Build on legends, and we'll have a chat again soon. I'll talk about the next bit behind me, which will I think I might step into 18 volt and 40 volt and why I made the decision to go 40 volt. All right, guys, build on legends. We'll chat again soon, eh? See ya. Bye.